Let me go ahead and pop this off. Okay, perfect. Oh, I forgot almost to play a beat or something. There we go. I knew something was weird. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and share this out. There we go. Okay. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Welcome to my intraday / day trade analysis. I appreciate y'all for joining. I am sorry I was not able to post yesterday. Yesterday there was hella hard winds out here in Brandon, Manitoba. They were going up. There's winds up to like 90 kilometers an hour, which is like 55 miles per hour, and the internet was just terrible yesterday morning. Like, it was absolutely garbage. So I really couldn't do anything. Like, honestly, I really couldn't do as much as I wanted. But let's go ahead and jump into this analysis. So DXY, first of all, let me get rid of this. I don't know why it's still here, to be quite honest. DXY ended up pushing to the upside and kept going higher. It also came up to this 78.6 from this swing high to this swing low of the Fibonacci. Retracement is coming up to the 78.6, and that's where it's just been chilling around since yesterday. Had a very bullish day on the DXY yesterday, so kind of don't want to try to sell against the DXY right now. And I'm supposing that Euro USD hasn't played out well, right? But still on this end, 78.6 has been in. I'm kind of looking for sells. Like I said, I'm looking for sells here. But right now, just because of how bullish DXY was yesterday, I would consider being patient and waiting. It's just chilling right here. It could continue going to the upside. I don't think it will, but I don't want to just wait on like how many hours. This is a couple 4-hour candles. It's just been consolidating basically, and it is showing some bearish movement right here. So what I would personally do, if you are looking for sells this morning on the DXY, what I would personally do is I'd wait. I like this bearish move that is made right here, but that doesn't mean that this is gonna turn around. This is just like the 15-minute time frame. This is way too early to even consider this turning around or anything like that. But if I'm looking at the 15-minute time frame for an entry for a longer term type of move, what I would really want the price to do, draw out my fib, of course. Sorry. I would really want price to come up to like 93.336 or 93.305, and then I'll start looking for some bearish bearish turnaround to start happening over there. I do, like I said, I do like this bearish move that price has done since like basically London session, and I just would like it to climb up to 93.336, and then I'll start looking for sales on the DXY, honestly speaking, right? But again, it's just been bullish. It was bullish yesterday, gave a very bullish candle yesterday. So for you to just say, oh, I'm gonna jump into the sell, it's a little premature, you know, but it is at a very, very, very interesting area for me that I am looking forward to drop at. Because remember, on Sunday, I did mention that I wanted price to come up to like this 93.200 area, and then that's when I'll be like, okay, maybe I'll start to look for sells on the DXY from there. So we'll see about what happens on that end. Let's go on over to, I really don't know why these smaller time frames is really, I don't know why the drawings are transferring. I turned it off. That was my mistake. I thought I turned that off. Look at arbitrage. 1 hour time frame, it looks like it might be starting to call for a sell. I do still want price to climb up a little higher, but if price does reject off of here, if price doesn't go any higher and it just rejects off of this 93.226 area, then we could expect the DXY to start falling. But again, that's like not what I'm kind of watching for necessarily. I want price to push up that a little bit higher. 4 hour time frame is extremely bullish. Daily time frame is bullish, and weekly time frame. Now remember, weekly, I still want to see this retracement come back down to 91.987 off of this weekly time frame, so that I can start looking for position entries on the US dollar. But until then, I'm just looking for a smaller move right now. Got the 30-minute time frame calling for a sell. That's a good sign. I would have liked it to climb up a little higher. Personally, 93.288. Still want price to climb up a little higher than the drop. But we do have the 30-minute time frame starting to call for the sell. But we do know that these smaller time frames, they're not going to indicate exactly what price is going to do. But they're starting to tell us what price might do, right? And so just got to be patient and wait and see what happens with the DXY. So just going to be patient and wait. I'm going over to Euro USD. Alright, Euro USD, let me put these back on. Euro USD, alright, so I'm still in this sell. Stop loss barely got missed, so I can't really, like, as you can see, it hasn't gotten hit. So don't want to say to get out of this trade necessarily. I don't see a reason to. And even if I was really saying that this is a regular trade, then I would still have a lot more stop loss to go through on this. And obviously, my take profit would be at least these highs or higher, right? But that's not how I'm playing it. I'm playing it with this stop loss. And realistically speaking, I personally would have thought that this would have been hit by now, to be quite honest. But it didn't, so hey, let's still hold it. And again, guys, I can't be bearish on Euro USD, really. Like, for me personally speaking, I can't be bearish on the DXY until Euro USD until I really see these lows of 1.1600 getting broken. So until I really see that, again, I just can't be bearish on it. If you would like, you could stay in this trade. Like I said, you could move your stop loss lower, like past these lows, 240 pip stop loss. Because again, remember, this is a swing trade. Therefore, with your swing trade, you want to risk like about 1%, maybe even 2% of your account, because it is a longer term trade. But still, you want to practice risk management nonetheless. So if you do want, you can still hold this trade. Like, opportunity, it's still valid. Price really hasn't dropped down as much as I was thinking, to be quite honest. But for me, for right now, I'm still holding on to this position. If I get stopped out, then it is what it is. Let me go on to the smaller time frames, because I want to look for smaller time frame entry possibilities. Okay, good. So we got some bullish movement here, right? And just like how Peyton likes his setup, I like this setup to be potentially happening. Let me hide this real quick. We got price dropping. Then it made this bullish impulsive move. Same thing with the DXY, basically. On price come down to the 71%, 1.7164 for a possible buy entry. Because again, I'm not necessarily quite bearish on Euro USD yet. Not quite bearish on the Euro USD yet, just like how I'm not quite bullish on the DXY quite yet. So I'm just gonna go ahead and look at buys right here. And for a short-term move, I'm looking to get in right here at 1.17160. Let me make this a little thicker. My line's thick. And so push to the downside. Sorry. And then a continuation to the upside. That's what I'm looking for on Euro USD. And so this trade in particular, I'm going to go ahead and set a buy limit on it because I do like this possibility. And if prices get in here, then I'm still going to stay in my previous entry. And stop loss is going to be just slightly under. So if my stop loss does get hit, then most likely it's going to get hit with this trade and the trade that I'm currently in on Euro USD, right? So slow and steady. Don't want to risk too much on this. I'm probably going to risk like another 0.5 or 0.7% on this move, since it is a 15-minute move. But again, I do want to see, I like how it did make this bullish move. I want that retracement at 1.17164, then a continuation to the upside. I'll be taking my profits at the 38.2 Fibonacci extension, or should I say negative 0.382 for that extension is what I'll be really looking for. All right, and so that is for Euro USD on here. And again, let me put this back up on here real quick. There we go. So still in this long position. And again, if this stop loss, this 14 pip stop loss right here, if that gets hit, then most likely this stop loss that I already have set up is going to get hit as well. So I'm going to just go ahead and play with that. Still going to hide this though. And just watch for this possible move right here. And guys, again, you don't have to even hold this position, right? You don't have to take your profits on here. If you want to hold this position because you think it's going to go higher as well, then by all means, you know. So that's for Euro USD. Got a buy limit set up. I'm gonna set my alert. Almost forgot to. Buy limit. And so if that activates, I'm just getting in the trade. So in EU, oops, let me go look at arbitrage real quick. And so arbitrage looking very similar. This stop loss on Euro USD got hit minus 16 pips. Arbitrage kind of looks like the same thing as the DXY. I mean, as the as the DXY. It looks like it broke up to the upside, retesting right here. It dropped a little lower than I would have liked, but if I were to personally get into this arbitrage trade, it'd be right now, to be quite honest. But I like my 71% fib better, but I don't know if I'm going to get that entry necessarily. So this hasn't called for a buy at all, but it did break through this RSI line. So this is a very risky trade, very risky, but it's about the same type of risk that you're putting on that. Not the same, it's a little more. It's 15 pips more actually, than if you were to try to get into that Euro USD sell over here. But it's basically the same concept, and I'm taking it basically to the same area. This is a little higher actually, 1.17831. So this is actually, you could actually put this over here. Like you could put this TP at 1.17831 if you do get this entry. Oops. 1.17831. So that's past the 61% extension even. So if you can get this entry, I'm gonna get into both of these trades. I'm getting into this Euro USD right here, And I'm also going to get into this. So I'm going to put 0.5% on this trade, and I'm going to put another 0.5% on that. So that's two different positions, right? And so if I do get this going up, then it's okay. It's a 1 to 2 points. Wait, it's a 1 to what? 1 to 1.64 risk to reward ratio right here, if you buy right now. And then if you wait for this entry, this buy limit, then it's a 1 to 4.7 entry. So this is obviously better for your risk to reward and your money wise. But I'm also looking at this as a possibility. So let's see what happens, right? So that's for Euro USD. Let me look at the higher time frames on EU. I'm pretty sure 30-minute time frames called for a buy here. Yes, it has. Retested that already, so that's another reason why I got in. I know the 4 hour is extremely bearish. I know the daily time frame extremely bearish, and I know the weekly time frame is starting to call for that sell. So what I want, retest of this naturally, 1.19300, and then I'm looking for that long-term sell. Like, there is nothing stopping me from that, to be quite honest. That's all I want really to be up here. The continuation. That'll take a while, but that is what a position trade is. Alright, so that's for Euro USD. I gotta hurry up because I got things to do this morning. AUD USD. Take a look at it. So it's been consolidating 1 hour time frame. It's still at this area. And again, guys, until this really does break, I can't personally be bearish on it. Until this zone right here, until this low right here breaks, so 0.74600, I really can't be bearish on AUD USD, right? And I said that, okay, I'm going to be expecting for price to come up to here, and this is where I might look for sells up here. You know, I might look for sells, and price has been in this buy area. It's rejected off of it once, pushed up, rejected off of it again twice. Third time is making me think that this might start to actually push to the downside. But again, there's no confirmations on the daily time frame, because even with that head and shoulders there, that's still not like confirmation enough for me for it to drop. And then also with this bearish candle, I still see price just consolidating for the past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days down here. So with AUD USD, again, I still think that price has the possibility to come up here again. But that's all I would really be watching for longer term. Short term wise, I mean, this entry I think is already gone basically down here. This would have been the yeah, I think it's gone. This candle is showing me that this might go bullish right here. So let's see. Came up to my zones and everything, was rejecting off of there. Nice, nice, nice. Gave a W pattern down here, another 71% entry. Again, this candle right here at 1 o'clock, this would have been the entry to get into for price to push to the upside. And again, I'm looking for this extension really, 0.7700 or even higher. But I am bullish on AUD USD, and I'm bullish on it more long term than I am bearish on it short long term. So that's that. But again, no entry on AUD USD. I would have wanted the entry like at 1 a.m. when I wasn't awake. So, and then let's go over to arbitrage real quick. Daily time frame, 4 hour. I'm pretty sure bearish. Oh, okay. 4 hours actually starting to call for a buy. This is very interesting. Called for the buy right here, which I hate when it does that, but hey, as you can see, it played out. If you would have gotten into the buy, then you would be like, if you would have gotten into the buy right when this got called, arbitrage users, then you would just be barely in profit. So don't even think of it as too much, you know. Excuse me. Let me get rid of this real quick. I actually like this buy a lot. First of all, first and foremost, one hour. Secondly, 1 hour broken out is retesting this RSI line. I personally like that 4 hour buy, to be quite honest with you. 30 minutes already caught for the buy. Yeah, this 4-hour buy, the reason why I like it more is because already, like I mentioned, over here, my trade setup that I would have wanted already, the entry's already gone. The entry's like nowhere to be found. Entry would have been all the way down here, 0.75900. We would be up currently probably like what, 30 pips or something like that. 23 pips, right? So that we're 23 pips away from my wanted entry. Now, if I'm coming over here and I still seeing that this is calling buys, then I'm totally down to get into a buy right here. Because when I'm 20 something pips away from my entry, and although I know this is a long-term move, I still like the possibility of it. I'll set the exit alert so that it's like, oh, well, we gotta get out type of thing. But again, I am more bullish on Aud USD than I am bearish. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a 60 pip stop loss for a 131 pip take profit. I like those odds a lot. And so, yes, I'm going to risk 1% on this trade. I'm going to set the alert to tell me when to get out of this 4-hour sell. So long exit all. Yes, only once, so that I can get the alert once the candle pops up like, hey, I might be turning around and stuff like that. But I like this Aud USD buy a lot. So got Aud USD on the buy as well. I'm going really slow. I gotta go faster. All right, USHEF. Well, USHEF, if you had gone into this break and retest, continuation to the upside, price has played out very nicely on that end. You would be up about 64 pips on that if you did do the break retest of this zone continuation. That was a nice play that I called out. I don't know why this was still here because I had deleted all this. I deleted all that. Okay, cool. So yeah, we got that. Price is still moving on. Not gonna really look too deep into it. But the 4-hour time frame, remember how I mentioned, or not 4-hour time frame, daily time frame. Remember how I mentioned how I drew this alert out here at the 71% fib on this daily time frame swing? So that's what I'm seeing happening right now. So maybe this is the liquidity being grabbed on USHEF that wrong thing to delete. So that could be the liquidity that's being grabbed on USHEF that I mentioned. And so what I'm really going to see now, I'm really watching for it. And it's funny how I'm getting into these Euro USD and AUD USD buys. I'm looking for for sells here. I'm personally looking for some type of drop on USHEF here. I'm not really interested in the buys right now. And if price were to continue buying, then hey, I'm probably just gonna miss that buy because I'm more interested in looking for sell opportunities because I still want this retest of this broken structure, first of all. And secondly, I would still want the retracement of this bullish move because as we can see, USHEF has been bullish since January 6th and it's been just keep going higher. And I want the retest and continuation, like retest of like zero. Even if it comes down here, I'm not gonna like how it looks. This really played out, this head and shoulders right here. So yeah, USHEF, I'm currently just waiting, seeing what it's gonna do. I like the sells on it personally, and overall, if you look on the weekly time frame, it is still technically bearish. It's just been really consolidating. Well, not consolidating at all. It's been in a downtrend since 2019, basically. So 4-hour time frame again, we're gonna really watch and see what it does here at this 71% fib. Glad I hit my alert, but I wasn't really on the charts yesterday like that. So yeah, we'll see what this does. We'll see how we get this interaction on USHEF, right? Just make sure things are going good. Yep. Okay, cool. So USHEF, watching it, don't know why it's red. I don't know why it was green. Put that on blue. Oh, that's right, because of this trade. That's why. And I had mentioned that price did go, I did mention about USHF, how price did go 1-to-1 right here to the 16. So that 16 pips that we were risking, you should have put it at stop loss. And when I mentioned that, that would have been a good time to get out the trade if you were still in it, to put your stop loss at break even. But so yeah, 1 hour time frame bullish. I'm pretty sure it's only the smaller time frames that might look bearish right now. Like the 30-minute might be calling, not even. Like the 15-minute, yeah, 15-minute just called for a sell. It's retesting the RSI line, but I'm not trusting the 15-minute because this could just literally turn around right now. But I like where it's at. I do like where it's at, personally speaking. And I do like the longer term buys. If you are looking for the longer term buys, then absolutely you can get into this, but it is a swing trade. It is not an intraday trade. This is a swing trade type of idea. I think I'm personally going to get into this, to be quite honest with you. And, you know, if I cash that L, then I cash that L. But this is barely a 1-to-1, and that's a lot of days to wait, to be quite honest. I don't even know if I want to risk this for a 1-to-1. I don't know if I want to get in this trade personally because, again, it's a lot of pips that I'm risking. First of all, it's going to take a long time, and I don't know if I'm going to want to be in a trade this long with you, Chef. To be quite frank, I'm just being like 100% honest right here. And I can see some potential price pushing up even higher, to be quite... You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do the same thing that I did with Euro USD. I'm going to push the stop loss lower. I'm going to put it at 130 pips. And I'm going to risk like about 6% of the trade. I'm not going to risk a whole 1%, right? Because I just don't want to risk 300 and something pips on USHF right now. I'd rather just like risk 130, and then if it doesn't go my way, then it is what it is. So yeah, I'm getting into that, risking about 6.6% of my account, and I'm just gonna try to get into that sell, but be careful. It has been bullish on the recent daily trend, but overall it is kind of bearish. So S&P SPX 500. Remember how I mentioned not to buy this and not to buy it, especially at these highs, because I just don't like when price consolidates like this. Dang, it's been really consolidating too. But what I could really like offer and say about S&P, I don't have much to say about any of the US indices actually. Just be careful, man, because again, this could just go bullish and take off to the upside any day now, or it could just tank like any moment now. If you have divergence, or if you use divergence or any of those tools, by all means, even with this right here, I could flip this and look that it hit the 61% that went back and being bullish. All I see is this continuing to the upside, and I can't buy right here. So that's with that. 1 hour time frame is calling to sell, and it is respecting all this RSI line right here. I don't like how this is contracting, because this makes me think that price is just going to make higher highs. So be careful. I don't like this arbitrage sell right here. I'm not going to tell you guys to get into it. The bands are a little too contracted for my liking. Daily time frame, 4 hour time frame, all bullish. Price is basically at its all-time, back up at its all-time highs. So yeah, guys, 30-minute call for a sell, but it looks like it's about to call for a buy very shortly. If you want, you can get into a buy. I'm not saying to get into a buy. I'm saying that this looks more bullish than it is bearish to me. So if you would like, go ahead and get into a buy. But I just don't like buying at all-time highs, because price can just like how we did right here, came back almost to these almost all-time highs and then ended up dropping. So that's exactly the reason why I don't like buying at all-time highs. Nasdaq still waiting for this bullish push to the upside. It's been consolidating a little bit. This would have given you a better entry right here if I was paying attention to it, but I would probably not even given anybody that entry, But yeah, I'm still waiting for this breakout to the upside. I'm still bullish on this, so nothing's really changed. Michael Boyd, I'm coming for you. If you heard of that, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I just had to say that, my guy. And Dow Jones. Again, guys, same thing. This is exactly the reason why I don't like buying at all-time highs, because look what price did. I just made a double top at these all-time highs, then started to creep down a little bit. Lower time frame, though, if I'm being really real, lower time frame, 15 minutes, it's looking like this is a solid buy opportunity. Looks the best out of all the other U.S. indices, in my personal opinion. 61.8% fib. It came and hit the 71% fib. And this move already happened, basically, from the 71% fib. You would have taken 70% pips profit up here. But still, out of all these, this is the one that looks the most bullish. Naturally, this is the one that keeps making higher highs. It even made higher highs and then dropped right after. But I still think that this is going to go bullish, so be careful. But again, with all the U.S. indices, I'm really bullish on them, but I can't trade them. I can't trade them this high, and all of them on the 1 hour time frame except for Nas, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Nasdaq the only one that's buying. Everything else is selling, but I'm pretty sure it's going to change. I think that Dow Jones and the S&P are going to go bullish as well. So again, if you're looking for buys, by all means, but I can't personally buy it. Okay. Let's go on to Mr. Tacos. Alright, so Tacos came up, grabbed that liquidity, it dropped like I was mentioning. I wanted to see it drop. That's good. That's good, yes. What I am seeing here, though, is a possibility for USD Mexican to make higher highs. So, got that bullish move, retest. Look where it's come down to, 70%. But I still want my original 20.39439 entry. But I am going to be watching what it's doing here, because if it starts to take off right here, then I'm just going to get in. But I am still looking for this long term, because I don't see anything short term right now for USD Mexican personally until I go down to the lower time frames. Long term, I'd be looking for this buy at 20.39439. I sell my alert there, but I'm looking to see what price is doing at this area. So let me go ahead and go on to the lower time frames. And so right now, price just looks like it's going to continue its bearish push, so there's no need for me to even try to say that, oh, I'm going to want to get into a sell when it's already like making its move down here. And again, I wasn't 100% sure if this liquidity grab was going to be legit or not, and it was. And even did the retracement and everything, and then dropped and then a push to the downside. So that was actually a pretty solid move right there with this liquidity grab. Right? And so, gonna turn this around just to show you what you guys what I'm talking about. Oh, it never hit. Never mind. It never did come up here. I thought it did come up and hit. All right, but regardless, again, guys, I'm really watching to see what price is doing at this area before price took off. I'm really trying to see, because again, this is an area down here that would be interesting for a potential buy opportunity. But I'm looking for this 20.39439 long term anyways. So I'm just going to be patient. I'm still going to be patient, still going to wait. Don't know what the DXY is going to do. And so therefore, I'm just going to do my due diligence and practice my patience, because that's what I've been practicing this whole time, and it's been paying me. It's been paying me out and not playing me. So that's that. Mr. Gold. Oh my goodness, man. Gold. I'm pretty sure gold is Taco Hotel right now. Remember how I said that once this breaks out, if this breaks out to the downside or push to the upside, that it's gonna make a massive move? Well, there's the massive move on gold. Gold came back down to these recent lows. I don't like these recent low moves. I just think that gold is just gonna keep dropping. The weekly, I'm pretty sure the way how it looks. Shout out to Cole. He mentioned it yesterday too in our little chat group that we have. This looks like it's just going to keep dying. Look at the daily from yesterday's daily and today's daily. This looks like it's just going to continue selling. I still am in the sell from all the way up here. at 1847. So just for those who have been wondering, yes, I am still in that sell. So gold, guys, honestly speaking, if you were to try to get into this sell, the only way at this point I could see it realistically happening is if you wait for price to come back up to 1725 before it drops, which I don't think is gonna happen. Like, quite honestly, like at this point, hey, just set up a sell stop. set up a sell stop under under 1675, put like under 1674 or something for a sell, because I mean that's all I can see it really doing. I mean, again, if it does climb up back to these highs, then absolutely try to take the sell for the retest. You could try that, but I don't think it's gonna happen. So that's just with gold. Man, I did not know gold did this. I'm looking at my MT4 this morning. It's gonna be nice. Okay. Arbitrage, 1 hour time frame. Yeah, it's setting up, but again, it's only gonna be for a short term type of move. So this is probably what people are actually looking for. So I'm going to set up this long entry. I'm going to set it up once the candle closes. Create, continue. So once I get the breakout, retest, and continuation, I'll get into this gold buy, like just for a short term. Probably will end up being like a move that comes down to like what, 1719 or something like that. And if that happens, that'd be cool. But weekly time frame, I mean, you guys been knowing this. The weekly, I've been selling this, and the band has been contracting. So I'm probably gonna start looking to take my profits at 1619. Let me just look at this. If I still have the buy, the sell. No, I don't have it up here, but took the sell up here, and so yeah, like I said. Once price gets to the 1619, 1616 area, that's when I'm going to look to start taking profits on this gold position trade. I took it up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 weeks so far in this trade. That's still cash money. So yeah, gold, just be careful. Don't try to sell it quite yet. And if you do want to buy it, I would just say be careful. And if you're going to buy it, just set your stop loss below 1675. Like 1672 might be a good stop loss. And 1723, if price can come back up there, just like how arbitrage on the daily, on the 1 hour time frame, not on the daily, just like showing on the 1 hour time frame, then yeah, absolutely. Let's take this thing to the upside. Break, retest, continuation. I have my alert set, so let's see what happens. Mr. Bitty Bit Bitcoin, what's up? What's happening, man? All right, Bitcoin broke out to the upside. Naturally, I would want a retest of this, which I think it kind of did. Not really. But yeah, all I could honestly say is Bitcoin to the moon. Like, it came back up to these highs. It tapped 59K, almost 60K basically. 59,899, basically almost $60,000. Don't try to sell this. Please don't try to sell this. This thing just looks like it's gonna keep making higher highs, especially after breaking this downtrend line. This short-term downtrend line, don't try to sell this. This, like, if you're not already buying, then just stay on the sidelines. Like, there's nothing wrong with staying on the sidelines. This 4 hour move though, if price does come back down to these lows at 53,000, hey, maybe I'll look to buy it. Maybe, not too sure. Like 53,000, maybe I'll look to buy it. Who knows? But I don't think price is gonna come back there anytime shortly. So I'm just gonna hold my hands on Bitcoin personally. Ripple, I don't know why I'm still in this sell. I still think this could still drop, personally speaking. If you've been in this, if you still were in the trade, like you say, if you got into my 71% as per usual trade, then you would be like in slight profits. Wait, I think I still have. Where is it? No, I don't have it up here. Never mind. But yeah, if you would have been still in this trade, although Bitcoin is going bullish, it's kind of something that you got to watch for. But I still think I mean, hey, this has still been in my sell box area, and it's been consolidating here for the 4 hours. Even though it did push down, I still think that this can happen. So I'm not taking the possibility of this. I'm not taking it off the table quite yet, but I would say I would watch and see if you really want to be selling this. Be careful, right? Careful with it, but it is in profit, so just be watching for that. And the reason why is because also we're in this Litecoin buy. I don't know why I took that off. I mean, we're on this Litecoin buy. Litecoin's been doing pretty decent, but it hasn't hit 1-to-1 yet, if I'm not mistaken. 251 pips is 1-to-1, and currently the highest that this went to. Oh yeah, it is 1-to-1, 253. So I mean, I think I did I mention to move your stop loss to break even? I mean, if I didn't, you might as well do it now. Take 30% profits. But yeah, Litecoin, I still think the possibility of it coming down here, the way how it even looks and the way how it's been moving, I still think that's a possibility for sure. So, I mean, if you haven't moved your stop loss already, I would consider you to do that. And just look at from this point of view right here. Let's just say from this drop right here, from when price sold, where has it came back up to and held? 78.6 right here, 71%. That's where it just left that wick, pushed it downside. So again, hold this. I mean, I don't see a reason why you would want to necessarily get out of this if Bitcoin is going back to its equal highs. But just know that this buy limit, I'm still holding it, and I still have my alert there. Ethereum from the 61.8%, I would have been taking 70% profits right here. Dang, stacking. This is what stacking 1/3 of your position would have been nicely in profits. But with Ethereum as well, yeah, I think this is going to make higher highs, personally speaking. So we'll see how that plays out. But Ripple, like I said, be careful with the sells. Be careful with the sells. Although price has still been respecting this sell box area, be careful with these sells. GPUSD been consolidating, very, very long trade, very exhausting trade. I don't know. I don't know if I mentioned this on. No, I'm pretty sure I did it. This buy, I still like it. I still like this buy. I like how price did come back down to the 71%. Made kind of a small W on the small time frames. Let me go to the small time frame so you can see it. Made a small W. Look like it. Stop hunt, breakout, retest of the 78.6, continuation to the upside. So yeah, the GU long term, I still like this trade. So if you still aren't in it, then by all means get into it for a long. And again, it's a long-term sell. I'm not going to be bearish on this until I really see 1.35 600 get broken. Once I see that get broken, that's when I'll start to be like, oh, okay, GU, it looks like you're going to start to go bearish on me. In arbitrage, 1 hour time frame, I mean, 1 hour is about to called for the buy right here. 4 hour time frame, yeah, this looks like AUD USD. 4 hour time frame called for a buy, and it almost called for the exit, but it's still calling for this buy. I like this engulfing candle right here. Yes, still being this GU buy, guys. I still like it. And regardless, if I would try to sell out again, I would still need price to come up to 1.3900 for me to think about trying to sell this. So yeah, I like the buy. Still stay in it if you are. And yeah, that's for GU. Sorry guys, I just gotta really be in a rush. GA's been playing games. This stop loss should have been at break even for this trade, to be quite honest. But I still think that this could push to the upside. I like how it did come back down and acted like it wanted to fake out sellers, be like, oh, well, look, we're gonna sell, but I still do think it's gonna go bullish. It's just that with GPAUD, also with me thinking that's gonna go bullish, that this is gonna go bearish. So with GA, I'm just really not gonna trade it, quite honestly. Just leaving it alone. Like after hitting my stop loss at break even, like how I had mentioned to do on Monday, I'm just not gonna trade it like that. GJ, and this is why I like my swing trades, because it came up to this sell zone and it was consolidated, acting like it wanted to sell. And what did it do? It just kept going bullish. So if you still kept this trade, if you're still holding this trade, first of all, congratulations, I love your patience. And secondly, you're up 352 pips. You are up 352 pips. That's exactly the reason why I said that, yeah, you could watch for sells on GJ right there, and you saw how long it was consolidating there, so you know that was a major zone. But just because it gave me the opportunity, look at the daily time frame. Yet again, I love it when people say just because there's a trending market doesn't mean that it's in an uptrend. Kinda, yes it does. Because, I mean, again, weekly time frame has been extremely bullish. Why would you try to look for a sell when it's been extremely bullish on the higher time frames? Once the higher time frame, this is why I say until certain levels get broken, I can't say that they're bullish or bearish, because I could have easily said that, oh, look at GJ came to my area where it was consolidating for about 2-3 days. Once it consolidates, oh, I'm gonna look for a sell, then it doesn't drop. Because why? It's not in the downtrend, it's in an uptrend. Once I start to see levels get broken, and then I'll be like, okay, now I can consider this to be in a downtrend, or now I can consider this to be bearish, you know? So yeah, I mean, it's back up at these equal highs. Make sure, I mean, I've already said make sure to take 70% profits, but at this point, just let this thing ride out. I would love for 154.579 to get hit, because that would be a liquidity grab, in my opinion, on a higher time frame, and then I'll start really looking for sells if 147.395 can break. But until then, this is bullish, guys. Euro GBP, same thing. Until these highs get broken, this is very much bearish. If you are still in this trade, then you should be up around 87 pips up on Euro GBP, risking 43 pips. So 1 to 2 basically. But yeah, again, until this thing really breaks these highs up here, I can't say that this is bullish. I have to say this is bearish, because it has been bearish for a very long time. Let me go on the weekly time frame. It's been consolidating, and for the past how many weeks it's just been bearish. So I can't say that Euro GBP is gonna go bullish. How can I say that when it's making lower lows on the 4-hour time frame? So again, keep selling it. Why would you try to buy it? Euro AUD, conflict area. Been looking for this buy, and I've been thinking about it. But with AUD USD, me wanting to go bullish, and with Euro GBP, me still bearish on it, I'm still gonna have to be bearish on Euro AUD. I can't trade this. If you would like to, by all means, because I had set this alert up, by all means, you can get into this buy. Look, it even popped up a sell. That's God telling you not to get into the buy. Oh, and the reason why I didn't look at GJ, EG, GA, or GU on arbitrage, I mean, GU I looked at arbitrage, but GA and I didn't look at arbitrage for that because it's probably confusing. And GG and EG, GJ is just bullish. Like, again, guys, it's basically at its previous highs. Arbitrage is going to be nothing but buys. Euro GBP, it's making lower lows on the 4-hour time frame even. It's going to be nothing but sells. So that's the reason why I didn't even look at those. Euro AUD, I'm pretty sure it's confusing. It doesn't know what it wants yet. But again, 4-hour, it's just been consolidating right there. 1-hour time frame, called for a buy. You can get into the buy like I said, but be careful. Just be careful. I would set my stop loss right there. To be quite honest, 80 pip stop loss. And again, arbitrage 1 hour is called for the buy already, so you're good on that end. I'm not going to be monitoring this trade, so be careful personally. If you're using arbitrage for your exit, get out at 1.53830 or just get out at 1.53800. And yeah, that's all I have for you. But I'm bullish on Euro AUD, but I'm not personally getting to the buy. And Euro NZD. Waiting for this 1.66139, then continuation to the upside. Can't buy this right now, right here. Simple as that. Arbitrage 1 hour, setting up for a buy, but looking like it might want to sell. So again, you can't really. It's called for the buy, but I can't really say that I'm going to get into the buy. So that is it. Is there anybody that has any questions on YouTube, any questions on Zoom? And again, guys, I am sorry that I didn't hop on yesterday. I know that's why a lot of people aren't on here, but for those that are on here, I appreciate y'all. For those who are watching the playback, I appreciate y'all. All right, nothing. Sounds good. The playback will be posted up shortly. And thanks again, guys. I appreciate you for hopping on. I appreciate for the support. If you gain value from this, please drop a like. Please subscribe. If you do, please leave a comment of how my trading's helped you and all that stuff. I appreciate the support again, guys. Later.